Hey guys, Jabosha here, bringing you another episode of Become Legend. This week's Nightfall is the Wretched Eye, and your modifiers are going to be Epic, Arcburn, Brawler, Ironclad, and Exposure. For loadouts and recommended classes and perks, please check the comments below. In terms of navigating the strike, you're going to have to deal with Hive Knights. They have arc shields and boomers that fire arc damage, so they can pretty much kill you in one shot. Hive Wizards also appear with solar shields, and they shoot arc damage. For both of these enemies, you're going to want to use an arc sniper rifle or a super to take them out, to avoid taking as much damage as possible. As you make your way into the boss room, the first thing you want to do is jump on some of the rafters before you actually jump down to where the ogre's at. Knocking them all down helps with shanks later. In terms of the actual boss fight, exposure plays a big role, mainly because you can't regen health. So when the boss targets somebody or the ogre's chasing somebody, you're going to want to snipe Kovic in the face. This should stagger him, allowing your teammate to reach cover without taking so much damage. Most of your damage should come when the boss is tethered. Machine gun and sniper rifle damage is going to be the best. An arc Ex Machina crits for over 40,000 without tether or weapons of light. When you approach 50% of health on the boss, shanks begin to float down. You need to take cover and look up. If you took out those rafters, you shouldn't have any problem taking them out before they get in range. They shoot arc. It will mess you up. Shift over to this week's Siva Crisis Heroics. Your modifiers are Heroic, Specialist Exposure, and Airborne. What does this mean for you? Shotguns, Fourth Horseman, Invective, fusion rifles such as Telesto, rocket launchers that deal damage over time like Dragon's Breath or Gallahorn. When it comes to exotic armor, Celestial Nighthawk works and Imperium Bellicose. Warlocks, you're going to want to run Sunsinger with Angel of Light so you can float in the air. Essentially, fire off a Telesto or jump in the air and unload that Fourth Horseman. You're going to do a ton of damage. If you're feeling a little froggy, go ahead and use that Dragon's Breath. Fire it, float in the air, and watch the world burn. Moving on to some Crucible stuff, the Shack's bounty this week is called A Hunt for Glory. That's Supremacy. You need 7 matches, 50 primaries, 30 kill credit, and 20 crests denied. A lot of people are probably going to struggle this week with primary kills, mainly because everybody's going to be using a shotgun or a fusion rifle. You can counter with the hand cannon yourself. A lot of people probably have those clever dragons from last week's Iron Banner. You want to take away that mid to long range by countering with that hand cannon. Gives you that short to mid-range dominance. It actually has a faster time to kill if you hit your shots correctly with the hand cannon. Something I forgot to talk about last week was actually the Petrovenge Taken bounties. This week we actually got some synergy. It's the Cosmodrome with Darnu. So head over to Cosmodrome's Divide area, start messing up some Taken. When the majors start to spawn, try to get all 12 that you need in one go and then finish off the boss. Lastly this week we have the vendor items. Speaker's actually selling 2 items that are tier 12, the Cult/Trinary Star for a Hunter, it's at 25 disc, 23 strength. The Binary Lazarus, the Warlock class item, 24 int, 25 strength. Shiro selling Yolder's Iron Sash as a Titan class item, 23 int, 25 strength. Tyra is selling the Memory of Radagast. It's got 33 disc, 37 strength. It's not quite tier 12, but it's one of the better artifacts we've seen, and certainly the best Memory of Radagast that's been out there. In terms of materials that you can turn in this week, Future Workhalt and Dead Orbit are both taking Helium, New Monarchy is taking Spirit Bloom, and Eris Morn is taking Hadium. That's all for now, guys. Thanks for tuning in. See you guys next week with another episode of Become Legend.